how you are going to deliver your product on time. This is because everyone will say, well, I'm late by 5 minutes, 10 minutes, what is wrong? Big deal in that one. I can compensate by sitting half an hour there. No, that is not the thing. The punctuality means this is an assurance you are giving to yourself. Okay, I am punctual to myself. This will reflect on all your things, all your deals, everything, the punctuality, it will reflect, no doubt about that. If you are punctual, you have the right to question your subordinates. If you are not punctual, what? You have no right to question your late coming subordinate. And if you are not punctual, the delivery date will change, the time will change. You will commit to the client that I will deliver by 10 o'clock and the delivery will happen maybe 12 o'clock. By that time, the ship will go. You will be in a company will be in a big mess and it will be followed by $100,000 legal notice. So, start respecting your time. You won't believe. Normally in my office, I go in the morning. I never use the same car in the morning but I used to the office in the evening. I never use the same driver in the evening but I use in the morning because I go by taxi. From my home, it's just 4 minutes away from my office. When I come down, within 1 minute I get a taxi. In 4 minutes I am in front of my office. On the 5th minute I am at my office. Instead of that, if I take a car, I have the best car available there, but if I take my car, it takes 5 minutes for me to take from the parking, go there, then again park it, come back to my office. It will take 15 minutes. Not only that, if on the way some accident happens, I am losing that time also. So, the best, and you may ask, why can't you use a driver? If I am exclusively using a driver, most of the companies, this is what happens. All the CEOs, MDs, they use an exclusive driver for them. After dropping the CEO, MD, they are relaxed. This is what I hate in my company. My drivers, if they work, it's their job to work, because our policy is very simple, 208 hours in Middle East and 200 hours in India, because Middle East every year we have a 1 month holiday. That's why we adjust in that way. Otherwise, if your job is a driver's job, your job is to have 8 hours job, not just 15 minutes you are spending for your CEO and relax, just because of the reason that I am the CEO's driver. No. And as long as you can drive yourself, why do you need a driver? You look at Warren Buffett's history, I don't need to teach you. He never is a driver. So, but what I said is, the 4 minutes what I spent in the morning, in the taxi I can have 3 or 4 SMS, in the BlackBerry I can send few things. I'm not wasting that, because my working time actually starts from the time I enter the taxi. I don't mind traveling in a taxi, it doesn't affect my reputation or something, but thing is, I respect time. So this is the thing actually you should inject in your mind. Some complexes always develop in your due course. When you join some companies, this kind of avoid it. Respect time and count your even seconds. Is there any safe haven in business? Invest in HR. That is only the guaranteed place. India is going to be number 1. Actually, earlier it was expected as 2030. Now, as per the latest predictions, by 2028, India will become world's number 1 in and the population. But why are you worried about that one? Human HR is every individual is just like a robot. If you train them, if you program them, that is the best thing. And if you compare with China's growth, okay, their HR helped a lot. But if you compare with China, as of today, actually, we got more potential workforce than China. China's main problem is they can have only one child per family. So most of their, if you take the number of working people, actually we got more potential actually. Okay, forget about that one. At least by 2028, you will be number 1. But thing is, whether this HR potential are they properly trained? 90% of the world professions, okay, skilled labor. Actually, you don't need 2 years or 3 years training. Actually, In 2 weeks or 2 months, actually 90% of the world, the vacancies, what then the trade, whatever trade you take, that skill you can develop. But any initiative taken from our side? We believe in our company, our strength is our HR. We train them. The person who is entering Aries is not the person who is after 2 years or 3 years. Every week, every month, he is getting trained. Continuous training. So the initially maybe $1,000 earning capacity, in no time it becomes $10,000 capacity. With the same person we are earning that much. Same thing, a person working in a remote village, maybe earning 50 rupees per day or 30 in Bihar and other things. Recently I read average earning is 27 rupees per day. So if you are training a person who is earning 100 rupees maybe, or if you Kerala, I am from Kerala. Kerala is now just like a rich state in India in job opportunities. There we are paying 500 to 700 for a local labor actually. But the same person, if we train them, 200 or 300 rupee earning person, if you are trained for 2 months or 3 months in a particular field. But before that, you should identify where we can place this person internationally. If you put a bit of effort, you can identify a potential customer, train and understand their requirement, train them. For example, welders, there are so many kind of welding jobs and other things happening. What we do is nowadays we started rope access inspection actually, and rope access jobs. Many inspections actually without scaffolding, we can give them a special training in the rope. It takes only 2 weeks training actually. After 2 weeks, the same welder who was getting $1,000 internationally, his salary becomes $3,000. In India, he is not even getting 10,000 rupees. So, identify these people, train them properly, find out international jobs. It's very easy. Now, we have a 2020 vision actually in the company's vision. It is our responsibility as a corporate responsibility. We have decided 3 villages in India, undeveloped villages in India. Identify them, train them, make sure 100% of the people who are potentially physically fit, people identify them, train them, make sure these people are placed internationally. Even a housewife without any education, if you train them proper training because they are good in cooking, give some training. There are so many international companies, even in Middle East, labor camps are there. They need, any industry require, they need a mess. The mess, they need the workforce. If you properly identify these places and train these people and place them, it's more than sufficient. And in India, what happens in the auto rickshaws are driven by the most physically fit people in the age 20 to 30. They are all wasting their potential in the just side. If you identify these people, let these auto rickshaws are driven by old retired people or ladies, whatever it is. But identify these people, train them properly, send them abroad. Let us start exporting the manpower right now because we have plenty right now. But the day when the dollar becomes $1 is equal to 1 rupee, people start coming back. Till then, let us start exporting the people. Let us fill this bucket, economic bucket. By that time, we can close one by one. All these drain holes slowly we can plug. And there is a day. All the drain holes, at least 90% of the drain holes we can plug. And that day will be the day when this US dollar is low. 1 rupee is below $1. And do you believe in destiny? Efficiency and ethics decide your destiny. As I said, another thing is the efficiency. We all work, but at the end of the day, when you work out, what is your efficiency? It is less than the petrol engine. What is the petrol engine's efficiency? It is 24%.
24.
Diesel engine is almost 48%. But our efficiency is less than the petrol engine. Actually. I'm not exaggerating the things because recently we made a software actually for HR department, actually efficiency improvement software. Initially when I introduced the concept, everyone said this is not going to work out. But it took only 3 months for us to develop the entire software, beautiful software. Now, after introducing software, the testing started after 2 months when the testing started, people started realizing that efficiency, even a company in us where we respect time and other things, my efficiency was less than 70. Then we worked out. The data input is very simple, only 10 minutes only we are spending every day in the software. But at the end of the day, when we work out, we realize that nothing is, because the main basic problem is the planning. We don't plan because our time is getting wasted for no reason. Many things are not getting done. So end of the day, the software gives you the entire thing, and most probably in the testing is right now going on. In another couple of months, this software we are going to launch internationally. Actually, this will be a revolution. Actually, even maybe one of you or most of you will be using it in your future firms. The same software. It is so simple. It is developed in such a way. Beautifully, it is developed. So efficiency is something we always give. We always neglect actually about the efficiency. Efficiency means because the quality is also a part of efficiency. Time management is part of efficiency. So a lot of factors. If I talk about efficiency, I need to talk another 2 hours. So I don't want to go into deep into it. But the efficiency and the ethics is a big. It makes a big difference. For example, if you take the list of 1,200 clients of Aries. So many clients actually they are competitors. You will be surprising. Other consultancy firms in the world, they are using our service. On what basis? Some consultancy firms in New Zealand and Australia, they are using our support because they've got limited manpower. We have our strength is our manpower actually. We've got sufficient manpower, and they are hiring our people. They are sending them for projects. But thing is, when they send us for a job, the next job maybe we can directly go and take it from them. They are losing a client because we can do it for a better rate or something. But there's a professional ethics actually that we follow. If someone is calling us and introducing to a client, and there's a contract that we will not, no need of a contract actually. It's a verbal agreement. It's an ethics of the company that we will not overtake them and take the client from them. So our clients are 100% confident that if this job is given to Aries, they will not lose the client. So that relationship, and they are telling this to a number of other people, and through them we are getting clients. Actually, if we are having 1,200, getting 1,200 international clients is not a big small thing. It's a big deal. Maybe this ethics has contributed at least 10% or 20% of this ethics policy has contributed. That is what I believe. In India, what we are doing? You look at any product, we are all importing brands. This is not what we require. You look at the automobile industry in the luxury sector, we use foreign cars. We like how much money is draining out from our economy. We use everyone using the latest mobiles. Why we are not thinking about our own product? How many billions are draining from the Indian industry just because of our attitude? We wish to change our mobiles every 6 months or something with a new model, but we never think about how we can have our own product. But you look at our neighbor China. What is the secret of their success? If you go to some Chinese cities, you will be surprised because I have gone to many places. 20 years back when I went, it's almost like a desert. Now it is some huge cities are they made it. What happened? Now what they are doing is they are importing clients actually. They have made an environment where the clients are coming. They are doing the manufacturing, everything there. But only thing is still they are forgetting is the brands. The Chinese brand, the quality is a big issue. This is the same thing what Japan was facing after the Second World War when they followed the same path. But the day they decided to switch over to the quality standard, they introduced the quality standard. Now we are buying products not by the Japanese products. We are actually not by looking at the brand actually. Made in Japan. Even if the famous brand you forget it, if it is a made in Japan stamp is there, we are just taking it. But few decades back, Japan was doing the same thing what China is doing these days. In the shipping industry, we are facing a big problem due to China. The present recession is because of China actually in the shipping, overproduction. A capsize bulk carrier, a per day rate $175,000. it nosedived to $1,000 per day. Even the basic running cost is more than $10,000, and the charter rate went down to $1,000. And now it is actually picking up. Just because of one reason, China was nothing 10-15 years back, China was a big zero in shipbuilding. But they decided before 2015 they should be world number one in shipbuilding. That was their vision. But by 2010 itself, they became world number one. More than 2,000 shipyards they started in China. They brought welders from, not welders, common men from interiors of China. They just trained them for a couple of days. They started welding because for shipbuilding, it's very simple. If you have the machinery, you need some steel and government is providing the steel, you just keep on welding. Problem is, the quality they least bothered. When in the international market, when someone is quoting for $100 million for a vessel, China is quoting for 60 million. Naturally, the charter rate is the same. So naturally, the ship owner will go to China. They will say, okay, the European yard or Korean yard, they will ask for 12 months delivery. They will say, we will deliver in 8 months. Everywhere, time, cost, everything, they gave a better rate. Everyone went there, but the quality they did not bother. Now, whoever built ships in China, they are in a big mess. The other day I was in my client, they brought a ship in Dubai Trade House. They are doing entire rebuilding is started because people without knowing the proper welding schedule, they did the welding because all this weld defect everywhere cracked. A brand new ship. Actually, this is the biggest difference what Aries make with other companies. This you can also introduce in your future companies. Because we always forget about our parents. How many of you will be contributing to your parents after getting your salary in future? I don't think more than 10%. This is what happens. Maybe before marriage you will do, after the marriage you will forget. You will have your own problems. But what we are doing is on the first of every month, both father and mother, they have an ATM card. The company started accounts. When we started this scheme, we realized that 90% of the mothers, they never had a bank account. Now all the mother, father, all the parents, they have separate bank accounts. The company's responsibility is to give the pension that is a decent thing. They can live with that pension actually. If you have 2 children, actually they have getting a double pension actually, because they have put their effort to mold that person for the company. So they have the right to get a share out of what the children they are earning. This is the basic principle. This is the ethics what we are following. So this principle actually it added because after listening to this concept, many people, many companies actually not only appreciated, they are actually trying to implement the system in their company. So this is something I just want to convey to ask the youngsters. I just want to convey in future management wherever you join this concept, try to introduce. It will make a big difference because just 10 maybe in an abroad situation, maybe 10% of the salary of a person is more than sufficient as a pension, because these parents actually they are not going to spend this money for themselves. They will buy something for the children only. But that is not the thing. It is a recognition. It's a recognition, and just like an award, this they are understanding that their effort are getting returned through this pension. So it's not a matter of money. It gives something else, some other value for that. So this is something I just want to convey today. So, and also in the charity side, when you before going to your going for a 5-star hotel dinner, you just sacrifice a 5-star hotel dinner and pay that money for a few people sitting outside. It may give you more happiness. But I will give you, if you can share with them, if you can call those people, 10 people outside and take them to a normal hotel and sit down with them and share the same food. Okay, whatever food they are eating, you have it. Don't think that you are able to get a 5-star food, you are capable of having it. But those moments, maybe the 10 minutes or 15 minutes or half an hour you are spending with those poor people, with the luxury what you have sacrificed, it will add you something more. So this is, as an entrepreneur, when you in future, when money doesn't give you happiness, this is the way you should think about your charity.
Don't think that just by giving clarity from your pocket will make you happy. Just a review through all the points. So, I told you, I never dream alone. This is my dream. Now let me share this dream with you, and let us dream together for $1 is equal to 1 rupee. Thank you. I'm just giving to you.
On behalf of the entire IIM Shilong fraternity, we would like to thank you for taking time of your busy schedule and coming and engaging with us. We apologize for any minor power glitches, and I am sure that you have inspired all of us, not only in professional but also in personal.
Thank you very much.
You're already into the commercial segment of this business, right?
Yeah.
So are you looking into the defense sector as well?
Defense sector in India, actually, I told you, our 99% of our business were abroad. That's why we avoided Indian defense and Indian government sector. Actually, a huge fund is there. Actually, once the marine TV is commercialized, there is a huge potential because Indian Defense got a huge fund for the promotion of because they want to attract the young generation. They want to have, because our Aries Maritime Research Institute, we are developing so many innovative projects actually. We developed more than 150 products and concepts in the last 6 years in that project. And so many projects are actually useful for the defense also. So in the Medibis TV also we have stored for clubbing with the defense and government sector. This is what going to happen. Because Medibis TV will be commercialized first before Marine TV. So of course we will be having link with Indian defense in future.
One more doubt I have is, sir, I was going through your data about your company.
Yeah.
This says we have completed 10,000 plus projects.
Yeah.
Like the number of professions which you have over here,
Yeah.
and dealing such a big number of projects, how
Yes.
you are exactly doing the project management?
Whether it is a small job or big job, the importance what we give it, the quality standard what we maintain is same. We never, and we don't give a difference between a top 500 company or a normal company. This is what the message we give to all the employees. Treat everyone as the same, because in the company we treat everyone, because there is no difference between CEO and the office boy. Everyone, I have to work 200 hours in Cochin and I have to work 208 hours in Middle East. And the same thing is applicable for the office boy also. So same thing, the quality standard what we have to provide for the top to bottom. This is what the message we are giving, and we have the right. Okay, tomorrow if the bottom line clients are not giving us back the same thing what we are providing, we have the right to eliminate the downline. Otherwise, we don't. It's very easy, because for me, if you are giving a project to send a person to moon tomorrow, I will take it up. It's a project actually. Project management is very simple. What do you need for a project management? First of all, you need a budget. You need the time frame. If you get to these two things, you can plan everything. Your manpower, the project, everything you can plan. It's not a big deal. Whether it is one person or 4,000 people for a project, there is no difference. Because if you can plan your 1 day, you can plan your 1 week. You can plan your 1 week, because 1 week is 7 days. One year is 365. So same way, if you can plan for a 1 hour job, you can plan for a 2-year job also.
One just clarity, sir. As in, you are saying your average, age of the people in your office is 28 years.
Yeah.
And I can see that so many certifications are there, right?
Yeah.
So is it because you have the sound system that is helping the youth to continue the quality of the product? Is the case, or something else is there?
No, actually I told you, whenever you are going for the innovative things or creative things, you need, what you need is a creative mind with you need extra energy actually. The youngsters, the beauty of the youngsters is they have extra energy, but same time you need experience sense to lead them also. You look at, because the last month I was in NASA actually. I was because I went there, I saw the moon mission room. It is a wonderful experience. I said it was, I will say, it is the best temple ever I have gone. In the Facebook also I wrote the same thing. Because once you reach there, if you are something related to technology, you will spend a whole day over there. And I realized that when the Kennedy announced the project, it was a totally innovative thing. America got so many experienced hands in various sectors, but for a space technology to conquer the space, to really send a person to the moon, there is nobody else to get done. So they made a team. The average age of the team was 26. So because the youngsters or whether in the 40s, there is no difference in an innovative thing. If in an innovative thing, you need a creative attitude. So the freshers, the beauty of the freshers is their attitude is different. They got the energy. This is what you can feel when you come to here. Is you can feel that energy. That average 28 years. Because I am the oldest man in our group. Actually, but what we did is we know that every year our age is going up 1 year. So it's our responsibility. It's the target setting also. So it is the responsibility of the downline to bring youngsters, find out youngsters, train them, and that's why we need the institute like IIM, where we reduce the gap, because the 2 years gap between the industry and the college, that gap the IIM is reducing, so that immediately after the IIM, yes, straight away they are almost like a 5-year experienced technician in the industry.
Good evening, sir. I'm Rahul Dua. You mentioned something that you have developed a software which measures the efficiency of the people. Could you please elaborate how does it work?
Actually, it's very simple. We started with a few things because normally we have a job diary system actually. People, because in our office everyone used to write a job diary. In the job diary, what time you come, what time you go, how many daily. Your targets today I need to do. So every category of people, for as a CEO my target is I need to do 25. The first thing is in the office, this is what I am following. First thing is in the first 15 minutes I write down the 25 things I should do in that day. I may have a long term project or something and routine things, everything is there, but some creative things, 25 things I need to write down. So the downline it is 20, 15, depends on the grade, general manager or manager level. So this is what we always tell to in our system, that you have to think in the morning. That is why the morning hours are very, very important. If you miss the half an hour in the morning, there is no use of working half an hour in the evening. The morning the energy level is different, your creative input is different. So normally we work out this 20 points or 10 points or whatever it is. Along with that, the assigned jobs are there from the top line, then the routine jobs, everything is there. This is normally we write down the book, but the problem is after once in a while, okay, what it is going on, even including me also, once in a while I go around because I cannot go to all these 500 people and take their diaries and check. We have auditors and other things, but once in a while myself personally go and random checking is there actually. But now, after implementation of this software, very simple. We are just writing whatever in the diary, what we are doing it, we are just putting it up. It takes only 10 minutes for the input, and what basic inputs we are just putting. But the analysis, very simple. Now, as per that software, I can sit down in my system, I can go to any person in the company, what he has done today, what he has planned for the next week or for the monthly target, or what he did last month, everything. How much time he spent for the meetings, how much creative things he did, how many ideas came from him, all these things are there. Beautiful means unbelievable, because initially many people from my company itself, they said it's a headache, you are wasting time and everything. Now without feeding this one, they cannot find themselves comfortable in that day, because in this system, even the staff assessment also, whatever I assess about my directors, they can watch. There are 25 points I am putting mark for each thing. They know how much mark I put for them. They also put mark for how much I am getting from them. I know I can correct myself. Okay, I am not focusing on this particular aspect as per all the directors. I know that there is something wrong with that one, because all the directors are saying the same thing. I have to correct that thing. So same way, so all these things are now happening through the thing. Nobody carries a diary now. Everything is online. I can operate, whether I travel across the world, I can operate from any part. I can see what is happening in the company, what is the output, what is the target achievement, 80% or 70%, everything comes. And that's why give me two more months, because the testing is going on. I will send a copy here for a demonstration.
My name is Deepak.
actually my question is like nowadays what we're seeing is a heavy economic slowdown going on in different countries, and each and every country is now making like some restrictions as the unemployment rate in the countries are increasing. They're like more they're not so well to the laborers or people and coming from other countries and working in their country. But in your slideshow I saw that most of the majority of the employees are Indians which are working in other countries. So like how does the political instability and political players affect your company's HR positions? Like do you hire more from their countries or like most of the people are here from India?
See, I never find myself because always we Indians have some kind of inferiority complex. We always feel that when you work with the Western people or something, or when you compete with Western people, it is absolutely not possible to take a lead. Not like that. When we started our design department, at that time in the Middle East, all the leading firms were all European firms. But all the technical people, because I told you, these Germans, they came and taught in the Cochin University. So, but the 80% of the workforce in those companies, they were all from our university. And I tried to bring many of my friends, because when I went to Middle East, only 4 people were working in from our college in the Middle East. But I know that if more and more people come to Middle East, it will we can live like in Cochin or something, where we live together. No? So wherever there is a possibility or vacancy is there, I used to inform my people. They used to come, and now you won't believe more than 90% of the naval actors, almost 200 naval actors, altogether only 1,000 people passed out from the university. Out of that, 200 naval actors are in the UAE only. It's such a small country. So a country like UAE, if they can accommodate, just take it as a cross section. If a country like UAE, UAE is nothing in the. If you take the world map, it is a spot actually. Only few million. The population is few million. If a country like UAE can accommodate 200 naval architects. The best naval architect from India. Even India doesn't have that much naval architects. So there is a serious problem somewhere, right? So the potential is tremendous. Actually, the way UAE working, if we all working with the same efficiency, because India cannot compete with UAE. We cannot compete with Dubai trade-offs. You cannot. The Indian ports cannot compete with the Dubai port. The culture is different. The efficiency is different. This is the problem. If you can develop your efficiency, your attitude, everything, you can compete with the international companies. You can. Nobody will stop you. It is very easy to get. You can compete with. And believe me, after Aries emerged as the number one in the Middle East, we hold almost 70% of the design share in the entire Middle East.
So like recently there was a news like in Dubai or something like some X amount of working population should be from their country only, like in Dubai.
Yeah.
And so it created a lot of apprehensions among the Indian working community that they might be sent back home or something.
If your manpower is not properly skilled or properly trained, if you are a good artist, can a local can come and replace you? It's a skill actually. It's an inborn skill, but certain skill you can develop yourself. This is what we lack. We just send a person. If someone wants to go to Gulf without any training or something, he just go there. Any kind of labor job he gets, he does it. That's not those jobs they will lose because the locals they will come and take it up. But if you are a skilled labor, nobody, because our culture, our efficiency is different. Because in UAE also this law is there. I know that in another 20 years we are not going to face this problem because as long as we are maintaining this efficiency, this attitude of work, nobody can come and replace it. This is 100% sure. So what we have to do is instead of 1 million people, Saudi Arabia is sending back 5,000 people. Let them come back. Give them a specific train. Let us increase their skills. We can send them back to so many countries. How many vacancies are there? You go to Africa. The next development is in Africa. So many places they are looking for skilled labor. If you give 10 good people, from there you will get order for 100. Unfortunately, we don't put effort to develop our human resources. That is the problem. Everyone wants to make quick money. So, if you can send a person in 2 days, they are happy. That is not the way you have to do. That's what now what we are doing is, normally if we are getting an inquiry from a company, we are saying, even if it's a skilled labor, we need 3 months because 1 month is for identifying the experienced person in the industry, and 1 month for giving the notice period, and 1 month we need to train them. Industrial culture we are developing them, because 90% of the people or 99% of the people in the industry, they don't know the basic culture, the culture of the industry actually. The basic principles you should follow. For example, how to resign from a company. Everyone just give a resignation and just leave. That is what happens. Some people, okay, they give proper notice period and they finish the job and go. Actually, if you are a professional, if you want to leave a company, what you have to do is give a notice. You try to identify a replacement. You should understand that your company was he was providing the bread and butter for you. Okay, it is not when you are leaving a company, you are just like you are leaving your partner. You are losing you are separating from your partner actually. So it is your responsibility to make sure your partner doesn't stop. So if you are trying to find out a replacement, train them. Okay, you have one month period, notice period. Train the 1 month period or 2 weeks. You know when you are going to resign. Identify a person, hand over the project, have a decent exit. I am 100%. I am telling you, if a person is doing the same thing with me in my company, tomorrow if that person is coming back, he is facing a problem, I will be the first one to take him back. Otherwise, if you are just giving a resignation go, I will never ever take that person back. I don't consider him as a professional. This kind of professionalism actually we are training in the IIM. That is the 1 month we are spending for the professionals who are working in the industry. That is the upgradation of the skills actually what we are doing. And if they are sending to the industry, they will be working in a different way, and those people, no company will terminate such kind of people. And tomorrow, one person if is absorbed by an industry, that company we are 100% sure that they will ask for 10 more people the same way. So they will ask, we need 10 more people. The same culture. So this is the culture you have to develop in the company. Thank you. Anything else?